here in Yankee Stadium, 310 feet down the right field line, 312 to the left field corner. And then the ballpark really starts to move out. 387 in straightaway left, 430 in left center, and in straightaway center field, about 417 feet. Right field straightaway, 353. Right center, 385 feet. This is the largest playing area, I think, in the American League, particularly in center and left center. You can break a few hearts with those right-hand batters. They're getting an announcement on Don Gullett, who is having more arm problems and apparently has gone to Michigan someplace to have an examination. We're getting an announcement, and we will try and find out what that announcement is and pass it on to you. But Gullett is having shoulder troubles once again. On the mound, Jim Beatty. He's 6 feet 6 inches tall, 210 pounds, and 24 years old. Throws a sinking fastball, pretty good fastball, they tell me, but not much of a breaking ball. In fact, they sent him back to the minor leagues to have Clyde King work on an off-speed pitch. In fact, they have Clyde King here at the ball club now. They're trying to teach Beatty a slow curveball. He's pretty much confined to throwing the fastball and a curveball that is not very effective. So they're trying to get him an off-speed pitch of some kind. Well, that is certainly bad news when they put the umpires on the scoreboard tonight. I knew that this was Nestor Shylock's crew. I asked Marsh Samuel to find out why Nestor's not here, and they tell me that he's been admitted to the hospital to undergo some tests and for observation. And Nestor Shylock, one of my favorite umpires, hope he'll be all right. Now, Jim Beatty ready to go, Joe Tate ready to go, and here he is to tell you that it is.
Beautiful night for baseball. Thank you, Herb. Good evening, everybody. The first pitch from Jim Beatty to the left-hand batting Rick Manning is a strike, and the ball game is underway. Beatty, the tall right-hander, throws again, and Manning slaps it back to the shortstop. Stanley up with it, throws him out. Now Rick Manning bounces to the shortstop, and there's one away. Manning comes in hitting .259 with 3 homers, 35 runs batted in, and he's now 5 for 22 against the Yankees this year with 4 runs batted in. Manning, incidentally, with a 6-game hitting streak going into tonight's ball game here at Yankee Stadium. Johnny Grubb, the left fielder. 71 degrees, and the skies are overcast at Yankee Stadium. Grubb hitting .262, 11 homers, 41 RBIs, 2 for 9 against the Yankees. Takes the first pitch low, ball 1. Johnny Grubb has hit safely in 14 of his last 18 games, hitting .364 in that span. The pitch is low, and the count goes to 2-0. Rocky Calavito coaching at first, Joe Nasick at third. 1 out, nobody on the first inning. Wind up by Beatty. And the 2-0 pitch. Grubb chops it by the second baseman into right field, a base hit. And Johnny Grubb continues to bang that baseball. That is the first Indian hit. And with 1 out, and now 1 on, here's Andre Thornton. Thornton at .270, 20 homers, 63 RBIs, 2 for 10 against the Yankees with a homer and 4 runs batted in. Thornton has hit his last 3 games in a row. He is tied for 4th in home runs, 5th in RBIs, 8th in slugging, and 5th in on-base percentage, 3rd in walks, and 5th in runs scored. Right-hand batter. Grubb leads at first, the stretch by Beatty, and the pitch to Andy Thornton. He socks it foul, back behind home plate, strike 1. Indians are 18 and 30 on the road and 0 and 2 here at Yankee Stadium. Indians overall 46 and 50, 2 and 4 with the Yankees for the year, hitting .265 as a team with 66 homers, hitting .230 against New York with only 1 home run, and Thornton has that home run. Here's the stretch. Grubb short lead at first, pitch to Thornton, outside and low, and the count evens at 1-1. Jim Beatty, his first go against the Indians, his 14th appearance, 12th start. 3rd start since being recalled from Tacoma on July 14th. His last start in Chicago, no decision, and a 7-4 win. He went 4 1/3. The stretch, 1-1 pitch. Thornton takes ball 3, 3-0. Chambliss at first, Randolph at second, Stanley at short, Nettles at third, Piniella in left, Rivers in center. The right fielder is Thurman Munson. Mike Heath is catching, and Jim Beatty on the mound. Beattie. Stretch, and the pitch to Thornton. He swings, and he misses. Scoreboard shows 2 balls, 2 strikes. Heath calls time and heads for the mound. And Freddie Stanley in to have a chat. This afternoon, the Mets clobbered the Reds 12-3. Rose did go to 39 straight games with a double. And the San Francisco Giants lost to the St. Louis Cardinals 2-1, and to Silvio Martinez, who threw a two-hitter at him. And Jack Clark's hit streak was stopped at 26 games in a row. He went 0 for 4. Atlanta and Philadelphia playing tonight. No score at the end of one. Phil Niekro against Jim Cott. And that has been taken care of in the second inning on a two-run homer by Dale Murphy, his 16th home run of the year. Now Atlanta leads again, and they have made life miserable for the Phillies. The stretch. Beatty with the pitch to Thornton. Low, full count of 3-2. Right-hand batting, Andre Thornton. A 3-2 count with Grubb at first base and one out. The stretch. Grubb is going. Pitch to Thornton. High drive to center field. A lot of pasture out there for Mickey Rivers. Comes in and makes the catch. And back to first base goes Johnny Grubb. 2 outs. Thornton flies to center field, and it brings on Bernie Carbo. Carbo, the DH, right-hand batter. 262, 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. His first at bat against the Yankees in an Indians uniform. Carbo hitting 263 as an Indian. Had his first Indian home run last night. And also his first game-winning RBI. Seattle at Kansas City tonight. Parrott against Bird. The first pitch to Bernie Carbo is low and outside. Ball 1. Grubb at first base. 2 outs, first inning. No score at Yankee Stadium. A stretch by Beatty. 1-0 pitch. Carbo swing and a miss. And the count is even at 1-1. Boston. I'll make that first of all Toronto at Minnesota. That's Baylor Moore against Dave Goltz. A stretch by Beatty. And the pitch to Bernie Carbo. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That time he had those 2 curveballs over.
Johnson will be pitching for Oakland tonight in Chicago against the White Sox, who will counter with Wilbur Wood. Beatty takes the long look to Mike Heath for the sign. Grubb at first base with 2 outs. And the pitch to Carbo is low. That'll take the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boston with Dennis Eckersley tonight down in Texas against Doc Medich. The Rangers trying to break an 8-game losing streak. The Red Sox have dropped 6 out of the last 7. Stretch. Beatty's pitch to Carbo. High foul fly. Left side out of play. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch set to fly at Yankee Stadium at 1 p.m. And the Indians come home, and they will be up against the Oakland A's this weekend. Here's the stretch. Beatty with the 2-2 pitch to Bernie Carbo. He swings and misses, striking out. Well, in the first inning, it's no runs and a hit with a man left. And at the end of 1/2 inning of play, the Indians nothing, and the Yankees are coming to bat.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our Car Wash. Would you like to see one of our menus? That's right. See, we have specials every day of the week. Sunday is Family Day. A wash is only 99 cents with a fill-up. The same on Monday for Men's Day. And on Tuesday, get your car care card double punched toward your next free wash. There's free vacuuming. And listen to this. On your birthday, just show your driver's license and get a free wash. All at our Car Wash at 30th in Newark and Mount Vernon and Delaware.
Here's the agricultural inspector, Mama. Don't be nervous.
Oh, will you stop it?
Hi, open this bag, please. Any foods, plants, animal products?
No, I wrote for your free booklet, Traveler's Tips, before our trip to Europe, so I'd know what I couldn't bring back.
Hope he doesn't harm the peaches and the snail.
Will you stop? Well, she's just kidding, Inspector. Want to confiscate her? She's a pest.
No law against human pests. Hope you had a nice trip.
Avoid a hassle. Write to Traveler's Tips, USDA, Washington, D.C. 20250, or ask your travel agent.
Offensively for the Cleveland Indians behind left-hander Rick Waite. Andre Thornton at first. Dwayne Kuiper at second. Tom Verizor at short. Ted Cox at third. John Grubb in left. Rick Manning in center. Horace Speed in right. Gary Alexander catching. Waite's on the mound. 7-10 for the year. 19 starts, 9 complete games at a 2.77 ERA. This will be his 4th start against the Yankees. He does have 1 complete game against New York, but he's 0-2 against New York with an earned run average of 6.14. Dick Hauser coaching at third base and Gene Michael at first. Indians overall at 46-50. The Yankees are 53-43, and they are 26-15 here at Yankee Stadium. Hitting .260 against the league with 81 homers, hitting .268 against Cleveland with 4 home runs. Mickey Rivers, left-hand batting center fielder, leads off, hitting .259, 5 homers, 26 RBIs, 5 for 27 against the Indians with 1 run batted in. He swings and misses, strike 1. Rivers has hit in 7 of his last 8 ball games, 13 for 37 in that span, a .351 average. Ted Cox into the grass at third base, wind-up pitch. Rivers bangs the ball back to Verizor. Tom digs it out, throws across. Rivers gone, and there's 1 down in the first inning. This will bring on Willie Randolph, the second baseman. Randolph hitting .250, 3 homers, 21 RBIs, 2 for 18 against the Cleveland Indians, but they have walked him 10 times. Randolph this year has 44 walks overall, and 10 of them against Indian pitching. Randolph has hit safely in 9 of 10 games since coming off the disabled list. Right-hand batter. Waite winds up. Here's the pitch, and Randolph takes a strike at the knees. Strike 1. Wind up on the next pitch. Randolph makes the move to bunt, takes the pitch outside. Even count at 1-1. Philadelphia just tied up Atlanta 2-2 at the end of 2. Phil Niekro against Jim Cott. 1-1 pitch, curve high. 2 balls and a strike to the right-hand batting Willie Randolph. Thurman Munson on deck. 2-1 pitch. High drive, right field. Horace Speed racing over into the corner. It is off the wall. Speed knocks it down. It gets away from him. Randolph around second, digging for third. Throw comes to Verizor. Back over to Cox. No chance. Triple. Willie Randolph triples into the right field corner.
Ball hit about halfway up in that wall near the 310 sign.
First Yankee hit of the night, and for Willie Randolph, his second 3-base hit of the year. And this brings up Thurman Munson. Munson, a right-hand batter, .293, 5 homers, 45 RBIs. He's had some season against the Tribe, 12 for 28 with 5 runs batted in. Munson has hit safely in 10 of his last 11 games, a .367 average in that span. Over his last 13 ball games, he's hitting .351. And he's hitting .356 since June the 25th. As a right fielder, he's 18 for 53 at .340, and the fastball from Waits is low, ball 1. Home half of the first inning, Randolph at third and 1 out. The stretch by Waits, 1-0 pitch. Munson drives it foul to the right into the second deck, and the count is even at 1-1. Actually, we should say the mezzanine. There is a main concourse level, then a mezzanine level, and then the upper deck. Infield tight all the way around for Thurman Munson with Randolph at third base and 1 out. Stretch by Waits, 1-1 pitch. Munson takes the curve for a strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Rocky Calavito trying to catch Horace Speed's attention and move him over in right field toward the line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lou Piniella on deck. Stretch by Waits. Checks third. 1-2 pitch to Munson. Swing and a foul, bouncing back to the base of the screen, and the count is still 1 ball, 2 strikes. California and Milwaukee tonight. Tanana against Travers. Here it's the home half of the first inning. Willie Randolph has tripled with 1 out. He's at third base with a 1-2 count on Thurman Munson. The stretch by Waits. And the 1-2 pitch to Munson. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Good curveball. You get that man out with a man in scoring position, you've done a job.
Sure have.
2 outs, first strikeout for Waits. Rick on the year now has worked 134 innings with 61 strikeouts, 49 walks, and here's Lou Piniella. Piniella, a left fielder tonight, right-hand batter, 304, 2 homers, 30 RBIs, 6 for 24 against the Indians with 3 runs batted in this year. Randolph still at third with 2 outs. Chris Chambliss on deck. Infield drops back to normal depth. A stretch. And the first pitch to Piniella. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Randolph at third with 2 outs. Piniella getting himself squared away in the batter's box. Closes up the right-hand stance. Here's the stretch. And the strike 1 pitch. Piniella takes the fastball for a strike, and the count is strike 2.
Rick has made 2 perfect pitches on that overhand curveball to the inside corner. Now that fastball, same spot.
0-2 count. Randolph leading at third base. Time called. Piniella stepping back. Waits again. Looks in for the sign from Gary Alexander. Randolph, sizable lead at third. Stretch, 2-strike pitch. Piniella, swing and a miss. Struck him out with a curveball. Rick Waits does a job. Puts the runner at third base with the triple and then strikes out Munson and Piniella to retire the side. No runs in it with a man left. And at the end of 1 at Yankee Stadium, it is Cleveland nothing, New York nothing.
Get into the swing of things at Broadview Golf Course at rounds 310 and 16 in Pataskala, 10 minutes east of I-270 on Broad Street. Broadview is a beautiful 9-hole, 35-par course that's open to the public. You'll be pleased when you see the watered fairways and pleasant surroundings. No tee times are required, and club and electric cart rental is available. You'll find fine food and beverages in the clubhouse, and the Pro Shop carries anything the golfer wants or needs at special discount prices. Broadview Golf Course at rounds 310 and 16 in Pataskala, a challenging 9-hole golf course.
What flowers have to say are things words just can't express. In times of joy or sorrow, a gift of plants or flowers from the Posy Pot in Johnstown is always perfect. At the same location for over 30 years, the Posy Pot at 56 East Coshocton offers the same friendly service generations have grown with, and the same quality flowers and plants guaranteed to please. Your Visa or MasterCharge cards are welcome, and the Posy Pot also delivers.
Alexander, Cox, and Speed in the Indians' second inning against the big right-hander, Jim Beattie. Beattie was the opening day pitcher for Tacoma and won a 5-0 complete game before being recalled the first time. After being sent back, he won 2 more games, including our most recent 7-inning no-hitter in the first game of a doubleheader at Spokane, 2-0 on July the 9th. He struck out 3 and walked 2. He was 3-0 at Tacoma with a 1.54 ERA. He was the recipient of the Dawson Award as the top Yankee rookie in spring training. Gary Alexander, catcher, 235 batting average, 19 homers, 51 RBIs. His first at bat against New York in an Indians uniform. Alexander, 7th in the American League with 19 home runs. Wind up with a pitch to Alex, and he takes a strike 1. Indians come home against Oakland for the weekend. Saturday night will be cap night and camera day on Sunday. The pitch, swing and a miss. Count of 0-2. Ted Cox on deck. It is raining in Detroit. The start of the game with the Orioles has been delayed by the wet stuff. Wind up by Jim Beattie, and here's the 0-2 pitch to Alexander. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Beattie. And so Jim Beattie has now labored with the Yankees a total of 58 2/3 innings. He is now fanned at 20 and walked 34. Ted Cox filling in for the ailing Buddy Bell. 219, 11 RBIs, 1 for 13 against New York this year as a left fielder. Wind up and the pitch. Cox drives it foul to the right, hits the facing of the upper deck and goes downstairs behind the first base dugout, and the count is strike 1. Atlanta 2, Philadelphia 2. The Phillies batting in the third at Philadelphia. Wind up in the pitch. Fastball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Cox. High and inside, 2 balls and a strike. The hits are even at 1. The runs are even at none. We're in the top of the second. Ted Cox at bat. Sir mentioned, thought he was in the original lineup, but couldn't answer the bell with that bad back. There's a drive into the first row of the upper deck. Foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's more of a precautionary thing, Herb, because of the back trouble he had before.
Knowing Buddy, if he tells you he's hurting, he must really be hurting.
Well, that's true. 2-2 pitch. Cox drives a foul. Right side, well back, out of play. Still 2-2.
He went up to the batting cage, was taking batting practice. And what happened last night, Buddy could just not bend down. He could not get out of a straight position. And I think tonight, I know it was hurting him around the batting cage, but he said he was going to try it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Cox. Strike 3. Ball. 3 strikeouts in a row for Jim Beattie. Oh, whatever lessons Clyde King gave to Beattie, they appear to have taken hold.
Down in the dugout, Clyde King and Bob Lemon talking things over. And of course, both those fellows pretty good pitches, and Bob Lemon, a great pitcher, Hall of Famer.
Horace Speed, 214, 3 RBIs, a swing, and a miss. Strike 1. This is Speed's first at bat against the Yankees.
It's like to have Beattie making a big pivot, showing his back to the hitter almost, and really hiding that ball.
Wind up. Strike 1 pitch. Strike 2. Wayne Kuiper on deck. Beattie ready again. Here comes the 1-1 and offering. Strike 3. Board said 1-1, but it was not. It was strike 3. And Mr. Beattie just struck out the side in the second inning and has fanned 4 in a row. Well, at the end of an inning and a half, it is Cleveland nothing, New York nothing.
You know, listening to Major League Baseball on 3WJ is a great way to follow the national pastime. But to really appreciate the game and the players' talents, at least once in a while, you should see a game in person. And those of us at 3WJ would like you to see the exciting Cleveland Indians on us during our Tribe Ticket Giveaway. All you have to do is send us your name, address, and phone number. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during the noon news, we'll draw a name to win 2 tickets to an Indians home game of your choice. If your name is drawn, your tickets go into the mail that same day. And we won't stick you out in the left field bleachers, but in box seats, so you'll be right next to the action. To enter, send your name, address, and phone number on a postcard or letter to Tribe Tickets, 3WJ, P.O. Box 373, Johnstown, Ohio, 43031. Again, that's Tribe Tickets, P.O. Box 373, Johnstown, Ohio, 43031. To win 2 box seat tickets to a Cleveland Indians baseball game of your choice. Entries are limited to 1 per week, so enter today and let 3WJ take you out to the ball game.
Home half of the second inning, Chris Chambliss will lead off for the Yankees. Then it will be Roy White and Greg Nettle. Chambliss at 286, 6 homers, 51 RBIs, 5 for 22 against the Indians. 2 of those hits have been home runs, and he's driven in 6 against the Tribe. And the first pitch to him is a strike of the knees, strike 1. No score, home half of the second inning. Left-hander against left-hander as Waite wheels and deals. Chambliss drives a blistering foul back into the seats on the left. Strike 2. Skies have darkened here in New York. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bouncing ball, first base side. Backhanded by Thornton. Flips to Waite for the putout. 1 down in the second inning, and the batter is Roy White. White at 257, 7 homers, 26 RBIs. 3 for 7 against the Indians with a run batted in. White a switch-hitting DH tonight from the right side, 312 as opposed to 214 from the left side. Hit 5 of his 7 home runs as a left-hand batter. White also with a modest 3-game hitting streak. He's had 6 hits in his last 12 at-bats and 8 hits in his last 20 at-bats, covering 6 games. Pitch, foul ball right through the coach's box at first off the wall in front of the seats and out into right field. Dwayne Kuiper will track it down on the count of strike 1. 1 and nobody on in the home half of the second inning. Wind up by Waits in the pitch. A fastball, strike at the letters, strike 2. Wind up in the next pitch. There is a ball. As Luciano was going to give us that fancy Dan strike 3 call, he was just hopping out of the way of a low pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind up, 1-2 pitch. White chops the ball toward third. Teddy Cox charges, grabs, throws, got him. 2 down. And this brings up Greg Nettles. Nettles at 256, 17 homers, 47 RBIs. 5 for 22 against the Indians with 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in. Nettles has hit safely in 4 of his last 5 ball games, 9 for 19. Over his last 9 ball games, he is hitting .400 with 2 homers, 8 RBIs, and 6 runs scored, putting 17 points on his batting average. Wind up on the pitch to Nettles. Curveball tapped right to the mound. Grabbed by Waite, throws to first. The side is retired. 1-2-3. And at the end of 2 innings of play, it is Cleveland nothing, New York nothing.
The day is done. Home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So just say bud. Say bud. And pour the king of beers and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no whether when or where, you know a glass of bud is like an easy chair when you say Budweiser.
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing like getting home, especially when there's a cold can of Bud waiting for you.
When you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
In the 3rd inning for the Indians, Dwayne Kuiper, Tom Verizon, and the top of the order, Rick Manning against Jim Beattie, who has struck out the last 4 men that he has faced. Atlanta back on top of Philadelphia, 4-2 in the 4th inning of play. All of the American League games have reported their pitchers, but we have no scores. It's raining in Detroit. Flanagan against Billingham with Baltimore in town. California at Milwaukee. Tanana against Travers. Oakland at Chicago. Johnson against Wood. Toronto at Minnesota. Moore against Goltz. Seattle at Kansas City. Parrott against Bird. Boston at Texas. Eckersley against Medich. Down on the farm last night, Portland was idle. They still lead in the PCL North with a 55-40 mark. And Chattanooga, the Indians' Double-A club, rained out there 12-20 in the second half. They're home to Savannah tonight, and Portland is home tonight to Tacoma. Dwayne Kuiper with a 16-game hitting streak, 286, 25 RBIs, 5 for 20 against the Yankees with 1 run batted in. He bounces the ball back to the shortstop. Fred Stanley throws to first, 1 out. Kuiper bouncing to the shortstop, and there's 1 down in the 3rd inning of play. Dwayne Kuiper now 28 for 65, 420, including that at bat right there. The next mark that Kuiper can shoot at is 18 games in a row that Ray Fosse strung together back in August and September of '76. Tom Verizon takes the first pitch for a strike from Beattie. Strike 1. Tom hitting .297, 20 RBIs, 4 for 16 against New York. He has a 4-game hitting streak going, 15 for his last 40 as well. The pitch is high and inside, and the count is even at 1-1. Wind up. 1-1 pitch. Verizon fouls one off to the right. That should make upstairs and does. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 3rd, and the ball game is scoreless. The Schmook family from Parma, Ohio, visiting New York City and attending the game tonight, rooting for the Tribe. 1-2 pitch. Verizon takes the fastball low, and the count is even 2-2. Herb and I would like to wish a very happy 15th birthday to Mark Stickle of Louisville, Ohio. 2-2 pitch to Verizon. Tom checked his swing, the pitch outside, and the count is full at 3-2. Top of the 3rd, no score. Wind up by Beatty. 3-2 pitch. Verizon chops the ball foul right down the walkway to the on-deck circle. Gets by Manning. The bat boy picks it up, and the count is still 3-2. No score in the top of the third. Jim Beatty with the windup of the 3-2 pitch. Verizon lines one into center field. Mickey Rivers to his left stabs the ball, and there are 2 outs. And this brings up Manning. Rick Bounce to the shortstop leading off. Manning has had 7 hits in his last 26 at-bats coming in, good for a 6-game hitting streak. Wind up by Beatty and the pitch to Manning. Rick hits it hard by the third baseman and shortstop into left field, a base hit. And is the second Indian hit of the ball game. And Manning's hit streak goes to 7. Johnny Grubb slapped a single into right field in the first inning of play. It's his batting average at .265.
Catcher Mike Heath having some trouble with his mask.
Two outs and a runner at first base. Throw to first base. Manning back to the bag. Ross Grimsley will be pitching for Montreal tonight down in Houston against Joe Niekro. Bad things have happened to the Expos down there in the last couple of nights. Pitch to Grubb. Pop 5 miles in the air. Foul headed on the left side into the upper deck. 1 strike. Andy Thornton on deck with Grubb at bat and a strike 1 count. Manning at first base, stretched by Beatty. The pitch to Grubb. John checked his swing and takes the strike, and the count is strike 2.
The fellow they told us did not have much of a breaking ball, Mr. Beatty, has displayed a pretty good slider.
Chambliss holding at first base with Manning. Here's the stretch. And the 0-2 pitch. Nope, throw to first. Manning back to the bag. Boy, I sincerely hope there's nothing seriously wrong with Nestor Shylock.
Oh, I do too.
What a great man and the best among umpires. Stretch, 0-2 pitch. Grubb hits a shot into center field. Stanley can't get it over his glove. Racing around second, digging for third is Manning. And the Indians have runners at first and at third with 2 outs in the third inning, and Grubb is 2 for 2. Third hit off Jim Beatty. Andre Thornton hit a fly ball to center field in the first inning of play. And Johnny Grubb now has 26 hits in his last 68 at-bats. That figures out to a very healthy 382. Stretch of the first pitch to Thornton. A fastball inside, ball 1. Thornton at bat with runners at first and at third, 2 outs in the third. The stretch by Beatty. And then he steps back. Grubb retreats to the bag at first. Manning at third, Grubb at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Thornton takes a strike down the inside corner, 1-1.
Watching Beatty with the men on base, he does not appear to have the kind of motion that he could keep you very close with. A pretty good start on him.
Bernie Carbo on deck. Top of the third, scoreless game, but the Indians have runners at first and at third with 2 outs. The stretch. And the 1-1 pitch. Thornton takes a strike at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thornton standing back for a moment, not at all pleased with Ron Luciano's version of the strike zone. Here's the stretch. And the 1-2 pitch to Andy. Thornton takes strike 3. That is the 5th strikeout for Jim Beatty. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. And at the end of 2 1/2 innings of play, it is still Cleveland nothing and New York nothing.
The Technical Rubber Company in Johnstown is growing with its hometown. Tech Rubber is now known the world over for their superior tire and tube repair products and accessories. Tech is a home-owned and operated business that cares about its employees and its hometown. Tech Rubber's on the way up, with products now used and distributed in over 40 countries around the world. Tech Rubber, featuring a complete line of dependable tire and tube repair products and accessories. The Technical Rubber Company Incorporated in Johnstown, Ohio.
4 giant sales in 2 days, it can't be, or can it? Sporting Goods Liquidators in the Northern
Indianapolis Center, TB 586.
As part of their huge way out of business sale, Sporting Goods Liquidators has slashed prices up to 60% off their huge $150,000 inventory. And you can pick up on these incredible bargains until 8:30 that night. And then on the same days, it's going to be Midnight Madness from 9 p.m. until 2 Saturday morning, and again 10 p.m. Saturday night until 2 Sunday morning. Stop in for free gifts, special discounts, and a free custom t-shirt with any purchase over $20 all this weekend at Sporting Goods Liquidators on Cleveland Avenue in Columbus.
Against left-hander Rick Waits. Other Indian minor league clubs, Waterloo last night defeated Wausau 6-2 as Steve Narleski picked up his 5th win without defeat. Waterloo now 23-9, and Batavia, the Indians rookie club, lost to Oneonta 12-7. Tonight Waterloo will be at Wausau in the Midwest League, and Batavia will host Newark in the New York Pen. Pitch is a curve to Heath and a strike. Strike one. Mike Heath at 286, 7 RBIs, his first at bat against the Indians. Heath had a 13-game hitting streak snapped last night. Pitch is inside, another breaking ball, 1-1.
You tell me he can really throw. Watching him in infield practice, he can.
1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball over the mound. Verizor at the bag, grabs it, throws to first, got him. So Heath bounces to the shortstop. There's one away in the 3rd inning of play, and it brings on Fred Stanley, known to friends and foe alike as the Chicken Man, at 223, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. He has played in a game against Cleveland this year, but has not come to bat. Stanley, a former Cleveland Indian. Pitch, fastball outside, ball 1. On 2 occasions, Fred Stanley has really come back to haunt the Tribe, once with his bat and once with his glove over the past couple of years. Fastball strike, and the count is 1-1. Remember the catch he made out at Shea Stadium a couple of years ago with the bases loaded that took the Indians out of the game?
He just come into the games, right?
1-1 pitch. Outside and high, 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Stanley. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Home half of the 3rd inning. A scoreless ball game at New York's Yankee Stadium. And the 2-2 pitch to Stanley. Strike 3. Curveball. Oh, Rick Waits chalks up his 3rd strikeout. Top of the order, Mickey Rivers.
Ron Luciano has a new way of calling out on strikes.
Jumps into the air.
It's like a jack-in-a-box.
Rivers bounced to the shortstop, leading off for the Yankees in the 1st inning. Lined up by Waits in the pitch. Inside, almost hit Rivers. Ball 1. Now, Rick Waits tomorrow will be on the Today Show on NBC at about 7:40 in the morning.
NBC television crew out here filming the 1st inning or 2 of this ball game.
Bouncing ball, first base side. Kuiper toward the bag. Second baseman grabs, flips to Thornton on the side, is retired. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. At the end of 3 innings of play, New York nothing, Cleveland nothing.
This is Dave Smith from Dave Smith Ford. We're over here in Pataskala, which is halfway between Columbus and Newark, on Route 16. And we will save you money on a new Ford, or as you've heard me say many times, I'll buy you 2 steak dinners. Now, right now, we're having our clearance sale, summer, whatever you want to call it, the end of the 78s, get ready for the 79s. So come on over. We will save you money on a new car. We need used cars. We have a good selection. So come on over and see us, and do your best. We will, too.
There's only one place where you can get professional, high-quality printing at reasonable prices, and that's Shin Graphics at Graphic Way in Westerville. Shin will be pleased to take care of any wedding invitations and accessories, and for all orders over $75, you get a 15% discount. For instant printing at Shin, it normally will take less than 2 hours. Shin Graphics at Graphic Way in Westerville can take care of any of your printing needs, from calendars to calling cards, or even a doctoral thesis. See Jim Shin today at Shin Graphics.
Well, it's hitting number 4, and here's Herb's score. Thank you, Joe Hagan, everybody. The Indians and the Yankees have battled 3 scoreless innings. For the Tribe, it'll be Carbo, Alexander, and Cox against the right-hander, Jim Beattie. A man who talking with Yankee players about him said, "Yeah, fine fastball, but the breaking stuff left something to be desired." Here tonight, he's displayed a good slider, and so far, good control. Beattie picks up that sack of rosin, drops it to the back part of the pitching rubber, and he's ready to face Bernie Carbo. Carbo struck out on a slow curveball his first time up. Wind up and the pitch. Fastball, strike at the knees. Talk about a coaching staff. The Yankees now with Bob Lemon as the manager. They have Bob Lemon, a former pitcher. They have Clyde King, and they have Art Fowler, all pitching coaches. Fastball up too high. They keep going. They can have one per man. Bernie Carbo waits on Beattie's pitch. Foul back to the left of the screen, strike 2. Make a pretty good battery down there with Bob Lemon and Yogi Berra. Hall of Famers.
They're going to have an old-timers game here Saturday, and the roster is impressive.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a fastball down around the knees. And for Jim Beattie, his 6th strikeout. Batter now will be Gary Alexander. Gary went swinging his first time up. Outfield swung to the left and fairly deep. Ted Cox on deck. Indians have 3 hits in the game. The Yankees have 1. Broken back, ground ball third base side. Greg Nettles grabs, throws, and gets him. 2 men up, 2 men down in inning number 4. Jim Beattie drops the rosin sack back of the mound. He's happy whenever the ball is hit. As the out made, he just leans down, picks up that sack of rosin, stands there, waits for the ball to come back to him, then trades the rosin sack for the ball. Ted Cox swings and lines it right at Fred Stanley. And Ted Cox hits it on the nose into the hands of Stanley. And in a hurry, the Indians are down in the 4th inning, 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. In the middle of the 4th inning, the score, the Cleveland Indians nothing, the New York Yankees nothing.
3WJ presents the Columbus Jackpot Program. Over $500 in gift certificates for you. A number of people are being called by telephone to receive this fantastic offer. You may be called today. $500 in gift certificates for only $24.95. If you can't wait for that call, phone 868-8595. That's 868-8595. The Columbus Jackpot.
It's fair time, and everyone is invited to join in the fun and excitement of the 129th Annual Knox County Fair, going on now through July 29th. Today's Wednesday, and the Junior Fair Rabbit Show gets underway when the gates open at 9 o'clock. It's open class sheep judging later, the pony show at noon, the Junior Fair beef show at 1 o'clock, and the pony races will be held at 4. 7 o'clock is Junior Fair swine judging, the Junior Fair breeding sheep judging at 7:30, harness racing at 8, and all the fun activity rides and food happening until 10 o'clock at the Knox County Fair.
Now into the last half of the 4th inning for the Yankees. Randolph, Munson, and Finella coming along. No score in the game. Jim Beattie, a right-hander against Rick Waite, the left-hander. Willie Randolph tripled off the right field wall his first time up. Fastball over the outside corner, strike. Right-hand batter. Randolph's batting average at .253. Fastball popped up foul, first base side and out of play. Indians here tomorrow afternoon for a doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock. Then on the upcoming homestand, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. The upcoming homestand, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon with the Oakland A's. Saturday night will be camp night. Indians and A's get underway about 7:35. Youngsters 14 and under. Inside with a fastball. Ball 1, strike 2. Indians 14 and under. Youngsters coming along get The general admission box and reserve seat got a very attractive cap. Bouncing ball right back to the mound. Waits, throws it. A couple of running steps to first. Flips to Andre Thornton. And one up, one down, fourth inning for the Yankees. Thurman Munson went striking out on a curveball his first time up. Thurman playing in right field. He's got a bad leg, and he cannot get into that catching position very well, so they put him in the outfield. Speaking of Thurman, a couple of his good buddies from Canton, Ohio, here in New York for the week. They went over to see Pete Rose at Chase Stadium the last few nights, and now they're here for the next couple of days. It's Carl Chantilly and Chuck Craig. Line drive, base hit left field. Now Thurman waited on that curveball and lined it. That is only the second hit off Rick Waits with a man out in the fourth inning. Carl Santilli from down around Canway. He has a restaurant down there, and he and Thurman are big buddies. Carl is a big Indian fan, except when the Indians play the Yankees. And Chuck Craig, he's with the Timpton Company. They were all here having some fun. Here's Lou Piniella. Louis has struck out swinging his only time up. He was also victimized by the curveball. On deck, Chris Chambliss. Reggie Jackson not in the lineup tonight. He is expected to play tomorrow. Long drive, center field. Manning going back. He is there. He grabs it. In center field in this ballpark, you can hit him a long way and hit him hard. And at center field, there has lots of room to wander. With that ball on the nose, Manning only had to go back about 3 steps, though. Line drive to center. Pinella's gone. Here's Chambliss. Hit one to the first baseman, Andre Thornton, who threw him out with the pitcher covering. 285 batting average for the left-hand batter. Fastball, strike over the outside corner, letter high. Boy, Rick Waits working very, very rapidly tonight. And when he's doing that, you know he's in a good groove. He backs off. Left-handed, checks on the runner at first, Munson. Fastball missed outside a bit. 1 ball and a strike. 2 men gone. 4th inning, no score. Roy White, the on-deck batter. Munson a short lead at first. Curveball hit to the right side. Kuiper in front of it. Grabs, throws, gets him. Side retired. 4th inning, no runs. On a hit. No errors, 1 man left. End of 4 innings in Yankee Stadium. The score: Cleveland nothing, the Yankees nothing.
Stand by engine room. Stand by engine room. Take in gangway, single up all lines.
Take in gangway, single up all lines.
Slow stern.
Slow stern, Captain.
Take over, mate. Let's get on downriver.
Hi, Captain. I'd like to try some of my mail pouch tobacco, Cap. Came aboard with the mail at Wheeling.
Don't mind if I do.
The story of a great American tradition, mail pouch chewing tobacco. Mail pouch was America's first brand of leaf tobacco, and it's been pleasing men ever since. That's because mail pouch has its own special, one-of-a-kind flavor that comes from over 90 years' experience in giving tobacco chewers what they want. A clean, fresh taste that's not too strong, but isn't too sweet either. A flavor that really lasts and satisfies a man all day long. So if you haven't tried mail pouch lately, chew a few packs and taste the mail pouch difference. You'll see why it's become a tradition to chew mail pouch. And treat yourself to the best.
Ready to go into inning number 5. The Indians with Speed, Kuiper, and Verizon. Armin Arntzen, the Indians' legal counsel here tonight. I think Mr. Arntzen came to New York to eat. He is setting a new record for the press box. He has worn out 2 press box attendants already tonight. I thought only elephants could eat that many peanuts. Standing in is Horace Speed. He is playing in his 3rd straight game in the outfield. He has not had a chance to really get himself in a groove this year, and it's sort of unfair, but that's all part of the game. So Horace Speed, a very enthusiastic young man, he works very hard. He's delighted to get the opportunity to play a few days in a row. A bunt try, it hits the bat and fouls into the Yankee dugout. That ball hit Horace Speed on the hand. And now Bob Lemon is going to come out and argue. I think Lemon's going to argue. How can you give him first base when he butted at the ball? see if they have a replay on our television set here. Came in so fast, we couldn't tell. At any rate, Horace was hit on the right hand. He is being examined by Jimmy Warfield and by Jeff Torborg, umpire Ron Luciano. Bob Lemon having a conversation with Luciano, and now Horace Speed gets first base, hit by the pitch. Horace Speed at first. Nobody out. Wayne Kuiper, the batter. First time up, Kuiper bounced out to the shortstop. Kuiper right down here at the end of the bat. Horace Speed with a good lead. He's a good base runner. And the pitch. Kuiper's going to bunt. Pulls the bat back out of the way. Low ball one. Well, they told us about the arm on Heath. We may get a chance to see it.
I think there might not be a little interest in the doings here. Don Drysdale, the Angels broadcast, just calling us to find out what's going on.
Ball one. And the pitch. A bunt, first base side. Chambliss gloves it. Looks to second, throws to first. They get Kuiper. On to second base is Horace Speed. Indians with a base runner to the second, one man down. 3-4 on the sacrifice. That's the first baseman to the second baseman covering. Brings up Tommy Verizza. Tommy has fly to center field his only time up. Beatty walking back, leans down for that sack of rosin, gives it a touch, and he's ready to work. Oh, when he leans down, he's got a long way to lean. 6 feet 6 inches tall. Taller to start the game last night for the Angels. About that size, only heavier. Sending along a station break to you at our first opportunity. Fastball is a little bit low, ball one. Indians and the Yankees, 5th inning. No score in the game. Doubleheader here tomorrow. And the pitch. Foul back to the right, strike. Indians home Friday night against the Oakland A's. Saturday night is cap night. Boy, they're really good-looking caps the youngsters will receive when they come into the ballpark. And on Sunday, it'll be camera day. Youngsters can come in, get a coupon when they come in the ballpark. And between noon and 12:45, go behind the fence and have a picture taken with an Indian. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back. Ball one, strike two. Kansas City Royals will be in town Monday night, July 31st. And that is family night as usual. Of course, the Kansas City Royals, one of the hottest teams in the American League right now. Ball one, strike two. Beatty checks the runner, he throws. Foul back, and now let us pause the station identification. This is the Cleveland Indians Baseball Network.
This is 3WJ, Central Ohio's home of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Browns, and Indians. WWJ, Johnstown.
Well, a throw to second base and back safely. Horace Speed diving back.
A couple of youngsters have a big banner out there in the upper deck, and right it says, "We love you, Billy. You're number one."
A while ago, they said Reggie must go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If Reggie goes, he'll go in style in his Rolls Royce.
That's right.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball too low, 2-2. No score in the game. Indians with a runner at second, 1 man out here in the 5th. I was talking with Reggie Jackson prior to the ball game, and said he's just trying to stay away from too much of the controversy right now and let things calm down. So all he wants to do is play. 2-2 pitch. Broken bat. First base side. Grab by the pitcher. And out is Verizza. Little soft line drive. Beatty got off that mound in a hurry and snagged it. Whirled to look to second, but back safely as far as Speed. Fans are chanting, "We want Billy." Batter now will be Rick Manning. He has singled in 2 tries. Speed at second. Look to the runner at second base. Good lead by Speed. Fastball is down, too low, ball one. Rick's batting average, 260. Playing him straight away in the outfield. Whirl, no throw to second base. Talking a while ago about the vastness of this outfield. Outfield, and it's tough on hitters hitting the ball into left center and center field because of the distances, but there's also a break the hitters get. Outfielders cannot play too shallow here. Ball one pitch. Foul ball, cuts to the left. They also they overshift, but not as much as in many ballparks, because if you overshift here and the ball gets through, it can roll a long way. It's a good ballpark for a hitter who can spray the ball around, a left-hand hitter who can drive the ball up the alleys. Pretty good hitting park. Ball one and a strike. Fastball outside. 2 balls and a strike.
That used to be pretty much the way they described you, Herb. Left-hand hitters. Get it up the alley.
Yeah. From alley. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Looping foul behind the plate. Out of play.
Remember, though, you hit 100% of your home runs in this ballpark.
I surely did. This ball may still be going. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They drove the poor pitcher right into retirement.
That's right. Maury hung it up.
2-2 pitch. Foul ball back on the screen below us. Rick Manning battling Jim Beattie. The Indians have out-hit the Yankees 3-2. But the game is scoreless. Jim Beattie has recorded 6 strikeouts in the game. He has hit a batter. He hasn't walked anybody. Rick Waite has allowed the Yankees 2 hits, and he has struck out 3. Beattie checks on Horace Speed. And the pitch. Swing on that, strike 3. Got him on a little high fastball. Well, Beattie regards Manning on strikes. That's 7 strikeouts for the young right-hander. And in the Indians' 5th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, a hit batsman and a man left. We have played 4.5 at Yankee Stadium. The score: Cleveland nothing, the Yankees nothing.
The day is done. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So just say, Bud. And pour the king of beers and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of Bud is like an easy chair. When you say Budweiser, hey, that's right. Nothing goes with that special time you call yours like the clean, fresh taste of Budweiser. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
We go now into the Yankee half of the 5th inning with White, Nettles, and Heath to face Rick Waite. Indians and the Yankees are scoreless. First time up, Roy White bounced to the third baseman. White, switch hitter, batting right-handed. Waite's ready to work. Fastball popped up right center field. Horace Speed back a few steps. He makes the grab. Ball carried pretty well. With plenty of room and 1 man down. Greg Nettles. Nettles tapped to the mound his first time up. Left-hand hitting third baseman. Greg with 17 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Batting average of 255. Outfield plays Greg pretty much straight away with the exception of Grubb and left. Grubb gives him plenty of the line. Curveball sweeps off the outside corner, ball 1. There's a curve over the outside corner, strike 1. 430 feet here to left center. Whew, that's a good drive in a car. Outside. Ball 2 and a strike. Rick waits, checks the sign. He's ready. Kerr bouncing off the plate. And they count 3-1. Greg Nettles runs down the first baseline, picks up the ball.
I have a trivia question for you tonight, courtesy of Charlie Steiner.
I can hardly wait.
When Willie Mays hit his 600 home run, he was a pinch hitter. For whom did he bat?
The pitch is swung on and chopped foul.
I'll give you a hint. He was with the Giants at the time. Well, he might have been with the Mets.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. Waits took a little bit off that curveball, and he really fooled. So Nettles a strikeout victim. Who did he strike out, huh? I mean, who did he pinch hit for? Has to be the kind of question that I wouldn't know the answer to. Please tell me.
George Foster. Before he was traded to the Reds.
Standing in is the right-hand hitting Mike Keith. Swing and a chop foul over near the Yankee dugout. I'm glad to know that.
And for whom was George Foster traded? Now, you know that one.
I do?
Sure.
How come I know that?
You have seen the man play in an Indian uniform.
George Henry. No.
Frank Duffy.
Right. Ball 1, strike 1. That I didn't know because I was watching the television today in the Mets game. Fly ball, shallow right field, chasing out Thornton. Out goes Kuiper. Andre drops the ball. Racing to second to Cease. Here's the throw. It is high and safe at second base. Andre Thornton made a great effort for that ball, racing with his back to the plate. He got a glove on it and couldn't hold it. I am sure they'll score it a 2-base hit. Andre really made an effort for it, and he just couldn't hang on. Score that a 2-base hit. So a looping double to right field for Mike Keith. The Yankees have a runner at second base earlier in the game in the first inning with a man out. Randolph tripled, and he was stranded at third base when Rick Waits struck out Munson and Piniella. So 2 men are out, and the bat is Freddie Stanley. Right-hand hitting shortstop was called on strikes his first time up.
Joe Rudy just hit his 3rd Grand Slam homer of the year, and California leads Milwaukee 4-0.
Outfield straight away and shallow. Pop fly, first base side. Kuiper and Thornton going back. Andre calling. He takes it just inside fair territory. Stanley pops to the first baseman. The double does no damage. 5th inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We have played 5 in Yankee Stadium. The score: Cleveland nothing, New York nothing.
Here's some great news for people who like to know they've made a smart buy. At Spitzer Dodge in Columbus, we've got the stylish 1978 Dodge Diplomat for just $47.95. That's right, a luxurious Diplomat, not $6,000 or $7,000, just $47.95. And diplomatically speaking, that's a smart buy. This time, instead of Chevy or Ford, pick out a mind changer, the new favorite Diplomat, for just $47.95. See you soon at Spitzer Dodge, a Columbus tradition at 5100 East Main Street.
Get into the swing of things at Broadview Golf Course at rounds 310 and 16 in Pataskala, 10 minutes east of I-270 on Broad Street. Broadview is a beautiful 9-hole, 35-par course that's open to the public. You'll be pleased when you see the watered fairways and pleasant surroundings. No tee times are required, and club and electric cart rental is available. You'll find fine food and beverages in the clubhouse, and the Pro Shop carries anything the golfer wants or needs at special discount prices. Broadview Golf Course at rounds 310 and 16 in Pataskala, a challenging 9-hole golf course.
Well, we go now into the top half of the 6th inning. Boy, they have a ground crew came out and manicured the infield as they normally do. They have a gentleman who's in the ground crew here. Boy, he puts on a show. He plays some rapid music, and he does a dance. And
he makes Dancing Harry look arthritic.
Boy, he uses the broom, and he really had some fun. Fans love it. Back to baseball. Johnny Grubbs had 2 for 2 in this game. His batting average up to 268.
Down in Texas tonight, John Ellis is now catching because Jim Sundberg was thrown out of the ball game for protesting a third strike call.
Standing in, Johnny Grubb, 2 for 2 in the game. Jim Beattie throws. Fastball is high, ball 1. Jim Beattie with a good fastball. No score on this one. 3 hits apiece. Lined up by the right-hander. Bouncing ball first base side, just inside the line. Fair ball rolling down the corner. Around first is Grubb. He'll go to second. Ball is bobbled in the outfield, and Grubb is safely at second base. A 2-base hit for Johnny Grubb. He is now 3 for 3 in the game, and his batting average will be up to at least 270 and probably 271. So Johnny Grubb continues to pound that baseball. Indians with 4 hits. He has 3 of them. Andre Thornton, the batter. He has flied to center, been called on a strike.
271, Herb.
Johnny Grubb leads the way at second. Indians had a runner at second base last inning with 1 man out, couldn't score. Let's see what they can do with 1 nobody out. Pitch to Andy, swing and a miss, let a high fastball, strike 1. Bernie Carbo on deck. Oh, it's great to see John Grubb popping that ball. He has really worked hard all year, and he's fretted about it, worked at it, and now it's all coming through. Long drive, center field. Mickey Rivers has plenty of pasture. He grabs it. Tag is the throw, and back to second base goes Grubb. Now, Mickey Rivers does not have a great throwing arm, but he has compensated for that by learning to get rid of the ball quickly. And on that particular throw, he got good stuff. And Grubb wisely went back to second. Bernie Carbo has twice been a strikeout victim of this right-hander. Beattie, a 24-year-old right-hander, 6'6", 210 pounds. Went to Dartmouth, where he also played basketball.
You know, we're getting some pitchers in baseball, Herb. You could put a pretty fair basketball team on the floor.
I was thinking about that fellow last night from California. And this fellow right here, Cavaliers have opened their rookie camp, haven't they?
Yep.
Swing and a miss, strike 1 on the curveball. Well, the way he's pitching tonight, I wish he would have left before. 1 strike. Bernie Carbo with Grubb at second. 1 man down, 6th inning. We have a good one going for you. Tomorrow, a doubleheader here, and then the Indians back at the stadium over the weekend. Fastball gets away from the catcher Heath. He can't find it. Grubb goes to third, makes the turn, and hangs on. And wait for the scoring on it. Ball was down in the dirt. And we'll wait to see what the official scorer rules. Like a slider that was breaking down. It hit the catcher's glove and then went in the dirt, and they'll call it a pass ball. Slider that got away. And I was asking about Heath before the game, talking with Yogi Berra about him, and he said he's a fine-looking young catcher. Has a great throwing arm. Talking to Bill White, Bill was telling me, he said there's not a catcher in the American League that throws any better than he does, but he's a little bit unsure on some of the balls, and that was one of them. Pass ball, a runner at third, infield in, swing and a miss. Slider again. All the infielders right at the edge of the grass, or within a half a step of the grass. 1 man down. Inning number 6. No score in the game. Grubb at third. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Carbo. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a breaking ball. For the 3rd time in this game, Bernie Carbo is a strikeout victim. And for young Mr. Beattie, that's 8 of them, and I have to believe that is his major league high.
He only struck out 18 in 13 previous appearances.
I have to think that is his major league high. We'll probably get an announcement from the Yankee press corps before very long. Up to Gary Alexander. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out once. Infield back again. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And Mr. Beattie with a good sinking fastball. Grubb at third. He doubled. Went to third on a pass ball, and there's where he stands. Fastball a bit inside. Ball one. 1 ball and a strike to Gary Alexander. Gary with 19 home runs, 51 runs batted in. No score in the game, 6th inning. Johnny Grubb bluffing off at third, low outside. 2 balls and a strike. Say, with that big slow windup, kind of fella you could take a chance on. 2 balls and a strike. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Jim Beatty with 2 men down. Grubb at third. Gets the sign. Checks on the runner. Line drive right at Greg Nettles. Greg Nettles spears that line drive, and the inning is over. Oh, he hit it right on the button. In the inning, no runs for the Indians. They get a hit. The 3rd hit of the game for Johnny Grubb. No errors, a man left. Middle of 6 here in New York. It's Cleveland nothing and New York nothing.
Hey, about time you got here. Can't lay another foot of track till we unload your flat cars.
Help yourself. And there's a mail pouch for you back in the caboose.
Oh, that'll have my tobacco in it. Hank, tell the men I got some real fine leaf tobacco for chewing. Came in the mail pouch. The men who want to share line up at the caboose. Hey, you others, get these barrels of spikes off the flat car.
The story of a great American tradition, mail pouch chewing tobacco. Mail pouch was America's first brand of leaf tobacco, and it's been pleasing men ever since. That's because mail pouch has its own special one-of-a-kind flavor that comes from over 90 years' experience in giving tobacco chewers what they want. A clean, fresh taste that's not too strong, but isn't too sweet either. A flavor that really lasts and satisfies a man all day long. So if you haven't tried mail pouch lately, chew a few packs and taste the mail pouch difference. You'll see why it's become a tradition to chew mail pouch, and treat yourself to the best.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, we'll see the top of the batting order for the Yankees. Rivers, Randolph, and Munson. Rivers 0 for 2 in the game. Indians with 4 hits. Yankees have 3, and it's scoreless. Rick Waits, Jim Beatty. At third base, Ted Cox in on the grass. If you're just tuning in, Buddy Bell not in the game tonight. His back is still bothering him. He was in the original lineup, but was scratched after batting practice. Bunt, third base side foul, strike 1. On deck, Willie Randolph. He has a triple in the game. Willie in the on-deck position. Kneeling, looking things over. 1 strike pitch. Rivers takes a fastball a bit outside. Close pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball hit hard at the second baseman. 1 bounce to Kuiper, throws him out. 1 man down in the 6th inning. Folks down in East Point, Georgia, I'm sure, tuned in tonight. I want to remind you that Rick Waits will be on the Today Show tomorrow, and going about somewhere 7:30, 7:40. He'll be singing The Impossible Dream, and get this pitch in time call. Willie Randolph backs away. Vic said he wants all the folks at East Point to get up early and watch, but particularly his uncle, Bill Hoffakamp. He said he wants to be sure he gets up to see him. There's a curveball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Wind up and the pitch. Curveball drops over the inside part of the plate above the knees.
Well, there are some rather stylized banners around here tonight. A big one out in left field says, "Reggie, are you happy now?"
Change up, it drops over, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
These are banners that really some people put some work into.
Down too low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's the one thing, a lot going on around here. Pete Rose over the other side of town, keeping his hitting streak going. Ground ball right side, Kuiper to his left, grabs it on the outfield grass, throws, gets him. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th inning. Game is scoreless, and here's Thurman Munson, who has one of the Yankee 3 hits. Single to left field in the 4th inning. Yankees have had a triple from the bat of Randolph, single by Munson, and a double by Heath. Thurman from Canton, Ohio. taps the bat at home plate, stands in. Over the outside corner, strike. That question you asked me a while ago, that was a fellow who writes us from Canton, Ohio, Harry Foster, gives all those trivia questions. Yeah. That would have been a good one for him.
Right.
Ground ball, third base side. Cox grabs it near the foul line, straightens up, throws, and gets him. Munson out, and so are the Yankees. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across in the sixth inning, and at the end of 6, the score. Cleveland 0, New York 0.
Here's some great news for people who like to know they've made a smart buy. At Spitzer Dodge in Columbus, we've got the stylish 1978 Dodge Diplomat for just $47.95. That's right, the luxurious Diplomat, not $6,000 or $7,000, just $47.95. And diplomatically speaking, that's a smart buy. This time, instead of Chevy or Ford, pick out a mind changer, the new favorite Diplomat, for just $47.95. See you soon at Spitzer Dodge, a Columbus tradition at 5100 East Main Street.
4 giant sales in 2 days? It can't be, or can it? Sporting Goods Liquidators in the Northern Lights Shopping Center in Columbus is doing it this Friday and Saturday as part of their huge going out of business sale. Sporting Goods Liquidators has slashed prices up to 60% off their huge $150,000 inventory. And you can pick up on these incredible bargains this Friday and Saturday from 10:30 in the morning until 8:30 that night. And then on the same days, it's going to be Midnight Madness from 9 p.m. until 2 Saturday morning, and again 10 p.m. Saturday night until 2 Sunday morning. Stop in for free gifts, special discounts, and a free custom t-shirt with any purchase over $20 all this weekend at Sporting Goods Liquidators on Cleveland Avenue in Columbus.
Against Jim Beattie. Over the first 6, Beattie's given up 3 hits, struck out 8, and hit a batter. Has not walked anyone. He has been matched virtually pitch by Rick Waits, who's given up 3 hits, struck out 4, and has not walked anyone. Scoreboard, there are only 4 runs being scored in all of the American League tonight, and they came on one swing of the bat. Joe Rudy's grand slam home run for the Angels in the first inning, and they lead Milwaukee 4-0 after 1. At a 64-minute rain delay in Detroit, that game is now underway, and Baltimore failed in the first inning. Oakland and Chicago scoreless in the third. Toronto and Minnesota scoreless in the second. Seattle and Kansas City scoreless in the third. Boston and Texas scoreless in the third. Cox drives a foul upstairs on the right, strike 1. Here tonight, the Indians and the Yankees are scoreless in the 7th at Yankee Stadium. National League, Atlanta 4-2 over Philadelphia with the Phillies batting in the 8th. Montreal and Houston scoreless in the 3rd. 0-1 pitch, slapped back to the second baseman. Randolph gobbles it up, throws to first, and there's 1 out. Cox is now struck out, lined to short, and bounced to the second baseman. Brings up Horace Speed, called out on strikes to end the second inning, and it was hit by a pitch leading off for the 5th. Both teams have had a couple of opportunities to score, but the Indians have had the better chances. Wind up on a pitch, Speed pops a foul, first base side. Chambliss starts over, but it's in the seats beyond the first base dugout, and the count is strike 1. This has been a superb pitcher's duel. Jim Beattie and Rick Waits. Beattie winds up. Here's the strike 1 pitch to Speed. High and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beattie ready again. 1-1 pitch to Horace Speed. Speed takes high. 2-1. This afternoon, the Mets murdered the Reds 12-3. Pete Rose has now hit safely in 39 games in a row. Cardinals nipped the Giants 2-1, and Jack Clark's hitting streak was stopped at 26 games. 2-1 pitch. Speed takes the fastball, the strike of the knees, and the count 2-2. Beattie has struck out 8, including Bernie Carbo 3 times. And the side in order in the second. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, ball hits the bat and bounces off the railing in front of the photographers on the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Speed stepping back for the moment. A scoreless game in the top of the 7th. Wind up, and the pitch. High drive, center field. Rivers going back. He's got the room, backpedaling, reaches up and hauls down the ball on the warning path. Horace Speed gave it a good drive to deep center field, or right center, if you will. But Mickey Rivers got back and grabbed it. 2 outs. Dwayne Kuiper bounced to short and sacrificed. Dwayne still looking to extend that 16-game hitting streak. Extending anything other than zeros has been tough tonight. Wind up by Beatty, and the pitch to Kuiper. Dwayne bounces the ball back to the second baseman. Randolph flips to first. 3 up, 3 down in the 7th. And at the end of 6 1/2 innings of play, it is still Cleveland nothing, New York nothing. Thornton at first, Kuiper at second, Verizor at short, Cox at third, Grubb in left, Manning in center, Speed in right, Alexander catching, and Waits on the mound. In the bullpen, Sparky Lyle for the Yankees, Jim Kern for the Indians. Piniella tonight has struck out swinging and flied to center. Wind up and the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Wind up. And the next pitch, curveball for a strike, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. It'll be Piniella, Chambliss, and White in the 7th. Rick Waits is ready. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Piniella chops the ball down the third baseline foul. Cox converging on it, but the ball stops in foul ground, and the count is 1-2. Periodically, you hear a variety of noises from the stands and often the seats with a banner, but by now the Yankee fans are trying to get here for the Yanks in the 7th. Waits is ready with a 1-2 pitch. Takes the fastball high and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This year, 1,123,000. They're averaging almost 29,000 an opening.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Piniella. Curveball rammed hard. 1 hop to Verizor. It's short. Has it. Throws it low throw, but Thornton digs it out. 1 away. Chris Chambliss has bounced first baseman to the pitcher covering and bounced to the second baseman. Hitting .284. Cubs will use Dave Roberts tonight in Los Angeles against Bert Hooton. Waits is ready. Here's the windup. And the pitch to Chambliss outside. Ball 1. Home half of the 7th, there's no score. Wind up with the pitch. Bouncing ball to the mound. Banged down by a Waits. Flips it to first. 2 outs. Hard hit on 1 hop, but Rick got the leather up in front of it, and it brings on Roy White. He has bounced to third and flied to reasonably deep right field. No score in the home half of the 7th inning. Each team, well, the Indians now with 4 base hits. And the Yankees with 3. Foul ball back to the screen off the bat of Roy White. Strike 1. White batting from the right side, where he has been much more potent this year. Here's the strike 1 pitch. Fastball low. 1-1. Sparky Lyle has been joined by in the bullpen for the Yankees. Maybe Gossage. White slaps it to short. Verizor throws a bullet to first. White is out, and so are the Yankees. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 7 innings of play, it is still New York nothing, Cleveland nothing.
This is Dave Smith from Dave Smith Ford. We're over here in Pataskala, which is halfway between Columbus and Newark, on Route 16. And we will save you money on a new Ford, or as you've heard me say many times, I'll buy you 2 steak dinners. Now, right now, we're having our clearance sale, summer, whatever you want to call it, the end of the 78s, get ready for the 79s. So come on over. We will save you money on a new car. We need used cars. We have a good selection. So come on over and see us, and do your best. We will, too.
It's fair time, and everyone is invited to join in the fun and excitement of the 129th Annual Knox County Fair, going on now through July 29th. Today's Wednesday, and the Junior Fair Rabbit Show gets underway when the gates open at 9 o'clock. It's open class sheep judging later, the pony show at noon, the Junior Fair beef show at 1 o'clock, and the pony races will be held at 4. 7 o'clock is Junior Fair swine judging, the Junior Fair breeding sheep judging at 7:30, harness racing at 8, and all the fun activity rides and food happening until 10 o'clock at the Knox County Fair.
In the top of the 8th inning, Tom Verizon, then the top of the order, Manning and Grubb. A scoreless game. Beatty and Waits have dueled through 7 scoreless innings. Boston and Texas are scoreless after 3. The White Sox have taken a 2-0 lead over Oakland at the end of 3 innings of play behind Wilbur Wood. Ken Clay is the right-hander in the bullpen, joining left-hander Sparky Lyle. And Jim Kern continues to work on the Indians side. Bullpens here in Yankee Stadium located beyond the fence in left center field. So Tom Verizon is lined to center field, hit a soft line drive to the pitcher. The pitch. Verizon rams one right up the middle. Shortstop Stanley behind the bag, gets it, throws low, but Chambliss digs it out, and there's one away.
You know, Joe, this game has the flavor of the game we had Monday night. One of the better games all year, and we're seeing another one here tonight where very good defensive play.
But I don't want to see what New York City looks like at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, come on, Joe.
Rick Manning has bounced to short, single to left, and struck out. 1 for 3. Hitting .260. Wind up, and the pitch. Fastball, low, ball 1. Top of the 8th, 1 out, nobody on. Wind up by Beatty in the pitch, and Manning bounces the ball back to the second baseman Randolph, ranging toward first, grabs and throws him out. 2 down. Well, here's Johnny Grubb, 3 for 3 on the night, hitting .271. He's single to right, single to left center, and double down the right field line. Grubb has 3 of the 4 Indian hits, and Manning has the other one. Andre Thornton on deck. Wind up. And the pitch to Grubb. John bounces the ball foul. First base side over toward the far end of the dugout. Reggie Jackson picks it up. And those who realize it was Reggie greet him. Strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. John takes low and inside, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. And the 1-1 offering. Grubb, swing, and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He tried to hold, but the swing went too far. 8th inning, no score. Wind up on the pitch. Grubb hits the bouncing ball back to Randolph. Second baseman gets it in the second half and throws him out. Oh, it's again 3 up, 3 down on ground balls to the infield. And at the end of 7 1/2 innings, the Indians nothing and the Yankees nothing.
It's time to let it go. So when they bud and for the king of hills and settle back and repeat yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of bud is like an easy chair. When you bid bud, you said it all. When you bid bud, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
8th inning, Nettles, Heath, and Stanley, the bottom 3 in the Yankee order. No score in the game. Jim Beatty has now exceeded his Major League previous highs in innings pitched and strikeouts. He's gone 8 innings and struck out 8. Wind up by Waits in the first pitch to Nettles. It is a strike, but he's strike 1. Nettles has bounced to the pitcher and struck out. Nettles very unhappy with that delayed call by Ron Luciano. Steps off to the right side. Gets back in, and Rick Waits ready to work on him. Here's the strike one pitch. Fastball hit up in the air to left field. Johnny Grubb with a lot of room in left center grabs it. One out. Mike Heath has bounced to short and blooped a double down the right field line. He was the last man to get a base hit off Waits in the fifth inning. Heath hitting .293. Moving speed toward the line and right. Wind up with a pitch, and Heath looks at the curve ball. A beauty. Strike one. We're in the eighth. The game is scoreless. Wind up by Waits. Strike one pitch. Curve ball off the glove of Alexander right at the plate. The pitch was inside, and the count is even at 1-1. Next pitch is fouled over to the first base dugout and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cox guarding the line at third base. 1 out, 1-2 count. Here's the pitch to Heath. Slaps a ball foul back on the screen, and the count is 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Wind up, and the next pitch to Heath. Curve ball wrapped third base side again over into the Indians' dugout. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Indians, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. New York, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. Manji is now throwing in the Indians' bullpen. Pitch to Heath. Hits it back to the shortstop. Verizon, 1 step, throws, got him. 2 down in the 8th inning of play, and Fred Stanley will come to bat. Stanley is struck out and popped up to the first baseman. Fred hitting .220. No score in the home half of the 8th. Wind up by Waits. Pitch to Stanley. Hits it hard to the shortstop. Verizon has it. Throws high. Thornton gets it. Comes down in the bag in time to get him. So it is 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 8, same story. Cleveland, nothing. New York, nothing.
Gather around, folks. Gather around. Like my sign says, it's Trader John's Traveling Emporium, the general store on wheels. Trader John's wagon has everything and the best of everything. Just smell this soap, little lady. And for you, sir, hand tools, handguns, and the finest fresh chewing tobacco. That'll be mail pouch chewing tobacco, gentlemen.
Story of a great American tradition, mail pouch chewing tobacco. Mail pouch was America's first brand of leaf tobacco, and it's been pleasing men ever since. That's because mail pouch has its own special one-of-a-kind flavor that comes from over 90 years' experience in giving tobacco chewers what they want. A clean, fresh taste that's not too strong, but isn't too sweet either. A flavor that really lasts and satisfies a man all day long. So if you haven't tried mail pouch lately, chew a few packs and taste the mail pouch difference. You'll see why it's become a tradition to chew mail pouch and treat yourself to the best.
Lee May and Doug DeCenza have hit home runs in the 2nd inning off Jack Billingham. For May of Baltimore, it is his 17th of the year. And for DeCenza, it is his 16th of the year. And all of a sudden, Doug DeCenza is developing into a home run hitter. Most of them have come, however, with the bases empty, and tonight was no exception. So it's 3-2 Detroit at the end of inning and a half. Bob Watson just put Montreal on top of Houston, or turn that around, Houston on top of Montreal with his 11th home run of the year in the 4th inning. So in games being played tonight thus far, home runs are deciding the issue, and the way this one has gone, you would think that's probably going to be the case here sooner or later. Kansas City 1-0 over Seattle in the 4th inning of play. Andre Thornton, 0 for 3, fly ball to center, strikeout and fly ball to center, takes inside, ball 1. Again, in the bullpen, a right-hander. This time it's Gossage. Wind up for the 1-0 pitch. Thornton hits a blast into left center field. It is in the gap, and it is cut off by Rivers. Here comes the throw. Andy to second base, standing with a leadoff double in the ninth.
Indians get their 5th hit. And it is the second time in this game that they've had a leadoff double.
Thornton with his first hit. Here's Bernie Carbo, and Bernie hasn't found the ball yet. He's been swinging at it. He has struck out 3 times, innings 1, 4, and 6. But as my hitting partner has told me, if you swing the bat, one of these times you're going to make connection.
You have a good chance.
Stretch. Pitch. Foul ball back on the screen, strike 1. Bernie hitting .256. In the ninth, the game is scoreless.
They move Lou Piniella back and left and swinging him over near the left field line further. Big gap in right center.
Here's the stretch. And the strike 1 pitch to Bernie Carbo. Bernie hit the drive into left field. Coming on is Piniella. Has to play the ball to the bounce. Over to third base goes Thornton. And the Indians have runners at first and at third with nobody out.
They moved Piniella over in pretty good spot, and he was within about a step of catching that ball.
Now Bernie comes through for the Tribe. And here comes Bob Lemon. 6 hits off Beatty. He's got Gossage in the bullpen. Heath, the pitcher Beatty, and now the second baseman Randolph will join Bob Lemon. It's the ninth inning. Runners at first and at third, and nobody out for the Indians.
And they want the right-hander out of the bullpen.
Now Jim Beatty lives super well until the ninth. He's getting a standing O as he goes into the dugout. He works 8 innings plus 2 men in the ninth. 6 hits, as yet unscored on. Did not walk a man, struck out 8, hit a batter. And the new pitcher will be Rich Gossage. And we'll tell you more after this timeout.
The Indians entertain the surprising... Saturday and Sunday, July 29th and 30th, the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, just off Interstate 71 near Lexington, Ohio, presents the 1978 WERRA Motorcycle Race of Champions. Last year's motorcycle event at Mid-Ohio produced the largest collection of motorcycle road racers ever assembled in the U.S., with 500 of the two-wheeled screamers taking on the challenging 2.4 miles of twisting asphalt at Mid-Ohio. The riders and fans loved it last year. This year's Motorcycle Race of Champions should be even better. Only the best racing classes will be presented, taken from the production, cafe, or slightly modified and fully modified Grand Prix category, as America's best road racing cyclists will again be challenged by the best flat trackers. This is a weekend of racing action you won't want to miss. Saturday and Sunday, July 29th and 30th, the WERRA Motorcycle Race of Champions, the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. To take I-71 north to the Lexington exit and follow the signs to Mid-Ohio.
Just really bring that baseball. Young Mr. Beatty, there's nothing to be embarrassed about tonight. He pitched himself a fine ball game. It's the longest he's gone, 8 innings. Also had the most strikeouts he's ever had, 8. Gossage comes on with runners at first and at third. Gossage, his earned run average is 2.21. He's won 5, he's dropped 9, and he has saved 14 games. He has been the busiest of Yankee pitchers, making his 39th appearance. Sparky Lyle has 37 appearances. For Gossage, he's a big fella, 6'3", about 195 pounds. Last year with the Pittsburgh Pirates, won 11 and lost 9, pitched in 72 ball games, and he saved 26 of them. His earned run average last year with the Pirates, 1.62. Gossage signed as a free agent by the Yankees in November. We see the very substantial amount of money. Gossage from Colorado Springs first came along to the major leagues with the Chicago White Sox back in 1972. Gary Alexander with runners at first and at third. Nobody out in the ninth inning. Scoreless game. Indians trying to punch over a run.
Gary Alexander has struck out, bounced to third, and lined to third. Hitting .232. Pitch, long, high fly ball down the left field line. It is fading. It is a high foul ball in the seat. Pinella was right over the railing, but no chance. Strike one. Thornton at third. Carbo at first. Nobody out. Ninth inning. No score at New York. It's as simple as that.
Gossage with that three-quarter sidearm delivery. His fastball is not only quick with good velocity, but it really bears into a right-hand batter and sinks.
Gossage, one appearance previously against the Indians with 2/3 innings worked and a save. Pitch, low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gossage picked up his save in the 5-3 victory by the Yankees over the Indians in Cleveland back on May the 18th. 1-1 pitch, strike at the knees, 1-2.
Gossage, 27 years old, talking with Jeff Torborg, who warmed up down the bullpen during the All-Star game. He said, boys, I don't know how anybody hit them. He got in the All-Star game and hit a streak of wildness.
1-2 pitch. High drive, right center field. Rivers back. Munson over in front of the 385 sign. Munson makes the catch. Here comes Thornton. He scores, and the Indians lead 1-0 in the ninth of the sacrifice fly. To second base goes Carbo, and the Indians have the lead in the ninth.
RBI for Gary Alexander, his 52nd.
Now Ted Cox steps in. Cox, their right-hand batter. 0 for 3, strikeout, line drive to short, and bounce to second.
Their run, of course, is charged to the starting pitcher, Jim Beattie.
1 out. Pitch. Cox fouls it off.
Carbo was running on the pitch.
The Indians have a run in the ninth.
Cox had not fouled that ball off. They would have nailed Carbo at third, I feel quite certain, because he didn't have that much of a jump.
2 strikes to count. Cox is ready. Carbo leads. Here's the stretch. The 0-2 pitch to Ted Cox. Pops it up. First baseman Chambliss behind the bag, right on the foul line. 1 step into foul ground, makes the catch. 2 outs.
Horace Speed is being called back. I get Jim Norris.
Norris coming to bat here in the 9th inning of play. A left-hand batter against the right-hander Gossage. Boy, it's been a long time since one run has loomed as large as this one looms tonight. Now Norris in the on-deck circle, ready to pinch hit. Jimmy hitting .253, 1 homer and 16 runs batted in. Norris against the Yankees this year is 3 for 11. Indian pinch hitters collectively, 175 with 6 runs batted in. As far as Jim Norris individually is concerned, as a pinch hitter, he is 2 for 15 with an RBI and a couple of walks. Pitch to Jimmy is low, ball 1. Sparky Lyle throwing in the Yankee bullpen. The Indians have a run in the 9th. The stretch. The pitch. Norris takes outside, ball 2. Dwayne Kuiper on deck. Dwayne needs another at-bat to try and prolong that 16-game hitting streak, but I'm sure that is not really on his mind right now. Pitch outside, ball 3, 3-0. They're going to walk Norris now intentionally. 4th pitch will come in intentionally wide. Norris walks. That is the first walk tonight by either side. Kuiper coming to bat. Runners at first and at second and 2 out. Dwayne tonight has bounced to short, sacrificed, and bounced to second. Carbo at second, Norris at first. Pitch to Kuiper. Dwayne takes a strike of the knees, strike 1. Tom Verizon on deck. The stretch. Strike 1 pitch. Kuiper swing and a miss on the fastball. The count is strike 2. Cleveland leads 1-0. in the top of the ninth. Gossage looks in, gets the sign. The pitch. Kuiper takes outside by just a touch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gossage leans in, gets the sign. Stretch, pitch. Kuiper swinging a miss, struck him out. That takes care of the side of the ninth, but the Indians get a run. Kuiper's hitting streak may or may not be over because the Yankees get one more shot. And it's 1 run, 2 hits and a walk, 2 men left. We're going to the last of the ninth. Cleveland 1, New York nothing.
You know, listening to Major League Baseball on 3WJ is a great way to follow the national pastime. But to really appreciate the game and the players' talents, at least once in a while, you should see a game in person. And those of us at 3WJ would like you to see the exciting Cleveland Indians on us during our Tribe Ticket Giveaway. All you have to do is send us your name, address, and phone number. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during the noon news, we'll draw a name to win 2 tickets to an Indians home game of your choice. If your name is drawn, your tickets go into the mail that same day. And we won't stick you out in the left field bleachers, but in box seats, so you'll be right next to the action. The winner sends your name, address, and phone number on a postcard or letter to Tribe Tickets, 3WJ, P.O. Box 373, Johnstown, Ohio, 43031. Again, that's Tribe Tickets, P.O. Box 373, Johnstown, Ohio, 43031. To win 2 box seat tickets to a Cleveland Indians baseball game of your choice. Entries are limited to 1 per week, so enter today and let 3WJ take you out to the ball game. Rooster.
Jim Norris stays in the ball game to play right field. The Yankees have got the top of the order up here in the ninth. Rivers, Randolph, and Munson against Rick Waite. Jim Kern and Sid Monty are in the bullpen for the Indians. Rick Waite. First pitch to Rivers. Swing and a miss for the curveball. Strike 1. Rivers is bounced to short, to second, and again to the second baseman. Pitch. Curveball. Ramped weakly by the mound. Cox can't get it to Reiser. Picks it up. A base hit. Speed. First hit of the Yankees' 4th hit of the ball game. Brings up Willie Randolph. He tripled in the first inning. Did not score. Has since bounced to the pitcher and to the second baseman. Last of the ninth, the potential tying run at first and nobody out. Stretch, pitch, bunt, first base side, fouled on the ground. Strike 1.
Mickey Rivers with 13 stolen bases in 17 attempts.
They have pulled Johnny Grubb way off the line in left. Manning shaded to right center. Norris straight away in right. Stretch by Waite. Still looking for the bunt. Randolph drops the bunt. Pick up by Waite. No chance at second. Throws to first for the sacrifice. Sacrifice bunt by Randolph from the pitcher to the second baseman covering. There's 1 out and a runner at second base. Thurman Munson coming to bat. Munson is struck out. Single to left. Bounce to third. 1 for 3.
Here comes Jeff Torborg for talk.
Well, Herb, we have said this so many times with this guy at bat. This is the man you want up. $20,379 paid. Total in the house of $31,631. Ninth inning. A runner at second, 1 out, and Thurman Munson at bat with Lou Piniella on deck. Reggie Jackson has already picked up a bat, and he's down in the dugout. We'll get a station break as soon as we can. Munson 1 for 3 on the night. Time called. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Cleveland Indians Baseball Network.
This is 3WJ, Central Ohio's home for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Browns, and Indians. WWJ, Johnstown.
So it's Thurman Munson at bat. 1 out and 1 on in the ninth. 1-0, Cleveland lead. The stretch. The pitch to Munson. Curveball high, ball 1. Waits looking in. The stretch. And the 1-0 pitch to Munson. Curveball high, ball 2. Rick Waits wants to change baseball. An infield hit by Rivers to start the ninth, and Randolph sacrificed him to second base. Looking for the sign by the left-hander. Here's the stretch by Waits. And the 2-0 pitch to Munson, hit high, hit the third base bag. Fair ball. Runners at first and at third. Ball hit the bag and went right up in the air for a hit.
In a way, that's a break because the ball doesn't hit the bag and it goes down the left field line. It's at least a double with a run scoring.
Lou Piniella coming to bat. Five hits off Rick Waits. Well, they've got Rivers at third, Munson at first, and Piniella at bat with only 1 out. Piniella tonight has struck out, slide to center, bounce to short. 0 for 3 on the night. Chambliss on deck.
The Indians are going to drop the infield back. They'll go for the double play.
Waits. With a runner at third and a runner at first and 1 out of the ninth. Waits looks in, gets the sign. Here's the stretch. The pitch to Piniella. Long drive. Left field. It is gone.
About that home run. He hit it about 420 feet.
3 runs, 3 hits, and nobody left. The Yankees 3, the Indians 1. We'll wrap it up in a moment.
It's time to let it go. It's too much. So just say and for the king of hills and settle back and be yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of blood is like an easy chair when you're
Let me tell you something I learned a long time ago. When you work hard, you ought to relax. Easy. That's what Budweiser's all about.
When you're big Budweiser, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Well, Herb, what can you say? A heck of a ball game and 1 swing of the bat. Lou Piniella's 3rd home run of the year, and it's all over.
I'll tell you one thing. It was a dramatic finish. And Lou Piniella is a guess hitter in many respects. And he guessed right because he stepped in and he really unloaded. That ball cleared the 387 sign in left field, and it cleared it by plenty. Rick Waits allowed only 6 hits in the ball game, 3 coming in the 9th inning, and 2 hits in the 9th inning of infield hit by Mickey Rivers on a little chop that he legged it out to first, and Munson hitting the ball down the third baseline, and it hit the bag and went up in the air. I'm not so sure whether the ball would have gotten by Cox or not because he was going for it, but it's sort of academic now because Lou Piniella really decided things.
So, sitting in somewhat stunned disbelief at the outcome of this one tonight, these are the basic numbers on the ball game. For the New York Yankees, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and the Yankees left 3 men on base. And for the Cleveland Indians, 1 run on 6 hits with no errors. And the Indians left 7. The winning pitcher is Rich Gossage, 6 and 9. The losing pitcher, Rick Waite, 7 and 11. The game took 1 hour and 55 minutes and a total crowd of 31,631. We'll have more for you after we take this time out.
Hello, this is Ralph Nader. How many times have you wanted information about a consumer or community problem only to find that there is no place to turn for an answer? I have compiled a listing of 18 federal government toll-free hotlines that you can call direct at no charge. These hotlines provide information on a wide variety of topics, including automobile defects, household and job safety, solar energy, educational grants, veterans and tax matters, and many other concerns of people. This is information you can use to protect your pocketbook, your health, and improve your local community. For your copy of these toll-free numbers, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Hotlines, Box 19404. That's Box 19404, Washington, D.C., 20036. Take advantage of the government services that you're already paying for. Thank you.
One is all wrapped up in 1 inning, the 9th. Although the Indians in the first had a man on with 1 out. In the 3rd, had runners at first and at 3rd with 2 out. Had the leadoff man on in the 5th inning. Had a runner at second base with nobody out in the 6th. Had him over to third base with 1 out in the 6th. And then in the 9th, a leadoff double by Andre Thornton, followed by Bernie Carbo's hit to left, put runners at first and at 3rd. Jim Beattie, who had pitched super baseball, departed. Rich Gossage came on. Gary Alexander to fly ball deep to right to make it 1-0. And that run went into the 9th inning of play when in the last of the 9th, the Yankees, looking back on it, had Randolph at 3rd on a triple with 1 out of the 1st. They had Munson at 1st with 1 out of the 4th inning. They had Heath at second base on a double with 2 out in the 5th. And in the 9th inning of play, after Rick Waite had knocked off 10 men in a row, the Yankees went to work. It was first an infield hit by Mickey Rivers and a sacrifice by Willie Randolph. Munson drilled a shot off the third base bag. The ball went straight up in the air for a hit, putting runners at first and at 3rd. And then Lou Piniella got it all. A blast beyond the 387 sign in left field. And that was number 3 for Piniella. And for the Indians, that was the kiss of death. Let's see, in game-winning hits this year, Lou Piniella now with 4. Well, there's not much more to be said. The Yankees win it 3-1, and we invite you to stay tuned for the 10th inning show of all the scores of all the games. And Herb tonight will be chatting with Mike Paxton of the Cleveland Indians. Announcers for this broadcast selected and paid by 3 WE Radio. It took 1 hour and 55 minutes. 31,631 total in the house, of which 20,379 paid. And the final score, the Yankees 3, the Indians 1.